Hello, welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. A very good afternoon to all of you. I am Roohindeep Kaur, and today we are going to discuss how can you study for long hours if you are in class 11th and you're already preparing for IPMAT 2023. So make sure you do that, right? So just allow me a second. I'll be starting the session right away. But before that, can you please tell me if I'm audible and visible to all of you? If I'm audible and visible to all of you. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So, in today's session, as I discussed, we're going to, discuss about how can you study for long hours. Now, why is that important? Why is that important? Because when you prepare yourself to study for long hours, in one sitting, you will be able to cover the concept, you will be able to cover the practice questions or understand where you're lagging behind so that in your next practice session, you're working on your weaknesses, right? So make sure that first of all you have a slight idea in your mind about, I would want everyone who's taking a look at this session, that have a slight idea in your mind how your day goes by, like when do you wake up, after that what do you do, what all are the things that you're going through throughout the day. So what that will do, that will allow you to think about whatever time you have left, or is there anything that from which we can take certain amount of time. So that would be very helpful for today's session. But before that, let me give you a slight information about our champions course which has been launched. This is for the students who are preparing for CUCT 2022. This is a champions course, and if you want to get selected in the top central university, you get live classes, full length mock tests, sectional tests, practice questions, previous year question paper, and whatever you can expect from CUCT 2022. Now, as NTA is still very tight-lipped about the information about the syllabus and everything, we are expecting the notification to be out soon. But in this course, you're going to get much information about what is going to come in the aptitude section, right? And this is our course for BBA rankers, right? So the students preparing for Narsimonji, Symbiosis, Indraprasth University, Christ, St. Saviour's, this is the course for you. We offer you live classes, full length mock tests, sectional tests, practice quizzes, practice questions, PDF for revision. So you can take your free trial today for the same, right? And our score booster course, which was a huge success for batch 1 and batch 2, we have launched our batch 3 for the certain course, and this course has been launched in January. So you need to hurry up if you want to not lag behind. And if you're preparing for IPM and DUJAT, this is the right time, guys. Take your free trial today and enroll for this. If you have any query, you can call us on the number that is given below. And I, every day at 4 p.m., give you free special sessions for logical reasoning only on BYJU'S Exam Prep app. So feel free to join that for practice session. Even if you are a student in class 11th preparing for IPMAT in 2023, you can do that, right? Why is that important? Because you will be understanding so many things about logical reasoning, and same sessions are given by other teachers as well. Hi Marcelo, welcome. So nice to see you in the session. Welcome, a very good afternoon. And as you are here, I'm hoping that you want to know what you can expect from the longer study hours and how can you achieve the longer study hours. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I hope you're fine as well. So let's start discussing how can you sit for longer hours. Now, one thing the pandemic has given us is time. We do not go to school anymore. You guys are not going to school anymore. You are saving the travel time, going to your school. You're saving the travel time going to your tuition classes or other institutions, right? So you have to understand, okay, some of you are might going to school, different aspects are there, different states, different rules. But what is happening is that we have time right now. Internet, all these informative channels, or maybe institutions giving you knowledge through electronic media, is kind of giving you so much knowledge sitting at your palm, whether it is a laptop or a mobile phone, you can have that understanding, but at the same time it is creating problems for us as well. YouTube पे वीडियो देखना है about something informative, but now I don't know why I'm listening to APT Low song, right? So this is very dangerous situation. I wanted to learn something, but now I'm in a loop of, repetition of the songs. That is something we do not desire, right? Ma'am, can we give CUCT in class 11 just for experience? You might want to change, or lie while filling the form, because clearly if you lie on your form that you're appearing for class 12th, they won't let you sit in the counseling, but I guess you can do so. Because yes, I believe, but you'll have to lie, I believe. Okay. Try to do this whenever the forms are out. Indian cuisine, you can try to fill that form by just saying that yes, I'm appearing for class 12th. Okay. And if they are expecting a mark sheet, then no, you cannot. Right. So that depends on the notification and when the form will be out. I hope I cleared your doubt over that. So let us understand कि ये loop से कैसे निकलना है, how to get out of this loop. Going to learn something on my phone or YouTube or some other place, but then Instagram scroll हो रहा है, YouTube पे गाने चल रहे हैं. How can I stop these things? The first thing that you need to keep in mind is that while you're studying, you need to look for efficient ways to maximize focus. Probably you want to stop looking at the other channels. You have to make sure that you're concentrating, like instead of going 2 to 3 hours for a YouTube, like you come to BYJU'S Exam Prep. Okay, ma'am, today I'm going to check out Alpa ma'am's videos so that I learn the concept of critical reasoning. Perfect, right? So try to tell yourself that okay, this is the amount of time I'm going to give to the video, and then stop after the video stops, and then go and practice questions. So try to think of efficient ways. Now when I say efficient ways, try not to scroll in between. You need to have that what do we call that, willpower hona chahiye, that you're not scrolling, you're not listening to songs, and even if you're listening to songs, it is not distracting you in any way, right? Kyunki exam mein to songs वगैरह नहीं चलेंगे. And then think about the relief you'll feel after completing the syllabus for an exam and finally getting some time to relax. Now, this could be a game changer. This could be a game changer. When I say, anxiety kahan se aata hai? A lot many students message me and they're like, "Ma'am, I'm feeling very anxious. I'm feeling very stressful." And when I ask the question that have you completed your syllabus, and they're like, no. And that is where the anxiety comes from. So think about the relief you will be feeling when you complete the syllabus. And you cannot deny the fact, if you're giving yourself some focus points, like okay, in the next week I'm going to make sure that I complete the entire syllabus of coordinate geometry. So you have this entire week to complete this goal, and then keep on breaking the goal. Okay, I'm going to work on this formula, I'm going to work on this concept, I'm going to practice these questions, I'm going to revise the questions that I could not attempt the first time. So when you try to break the goals, okay, and you try to give yourself goals, you might not give a goal of completing of syllabus, but you might give yourself goal of completing of a chapter in a due time period. So that is the relief I'm talking about. And when you're achieving that, that not only releases the stress, at the same time it gives you a sense of accomplishment, at the same time you get confidence out of it. Shiv says, ma'am, which is the best book for IPMAT preparation? Okay, so Shiv, a very honest thing I'm going to tell you over here. There is no one best book, right? So if you're talking about IPMAT Indore, you need to make sure that your 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th maths is pretty much, your concept clarity is done for your IPMAT Indore's QA. And for the verbal ability part, you can solve reading comprehensions. You can keep on practicing questions on vocabulary from important books like Norman Lewis, Word Power Made Easy. That is one of the books you can go after. And then These are the few things that you keep on doing, and then after you're done completing it, you move to the mock tests. There is no one book for IPMAT preparation that is going to help you. If you're in class 11th, you might want to start with your NCRTs. Whatever you have learned in your school, keep on solving questions on that, and that challenges you. In your class 11th, if you're working on your concepts of your ninth, 10th, and 11th, right? 12th ka to still you have to, wait and learn for that. But if you're working on your ninth, 10th, and 11th ka syllabus, the conceptual knowledge of these mathematic points, it is a game changer. Take NCRT book of ninth standard. Just keep on solving the questions. That will help you realize that there's so many things that you need to go back and revise. Then do not feel disheartened and revise them. Okay, make sure you do that. While some believe that studying for short breaks is useful, okay, like I just said, okay, you saw a video, okay, you took a short break and then you move on to the next topic. It is possible to squeeze more hours into study routine without losing focus. It is possible. It is not like after every hour you have to go roam around. Okay, that is not important at all. Now, while that being said, it is also okay if you are a student who likes to keep their focus for short time periods. Like, okay, ma'am, I'm going to study for 1 hour for mathematics, and then I'm going to take like 5 or 10 minutes break, and then I'm going to move to English, and then I'm going to take a half an hour break, and then I'm going to come back to logical reasoning. So it's perfectly fine if you're working that way. If that works out for you, that means you have achieved your efficient way to maximize focus, right? But at the same time, if you're someone who's losing focus, that means we can squeeze in the long hours. Ma'am, CUCT ka class. Yes, Sachin, I do that, right? And for any query regarding CUCT, bacha, we have done so many videos on CUCT, right? And if you come across any difficulty, feel free to type in the chat. I'll try to give the answers. But right now, let us understand how can you focus on the longer hours, right? Any query, feel free to type it. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, so let me just help you to focus on how can you study for the long hours without boredom, science-backed techniques, essential tips and tricks, stays focus on the long hours, how longer study sessions can be helpful. So we're going to discuss this step by step. Set achievable study tasks. Now please focus on this. Achievable study task, dude. When someone says, ma'am, today I am going to solve 100 questions of QA, and I'm like, it is not important that you're solving 100 questions. It would be perfectly fine if you were solving 30 or 40, but with full concentration and by understanding the concept. Okay? So keep on doing whatever you know already. Okay? Not only increases your speed, but at the same time, sometimes it is very redundant. So you sometimes lose focus. It becomes passive way of studying. So you have to actively study. What is active study? I'm going to tell you about that. So actively study ke liye, the first thing that you have to do is set achievable task. Now, I told you something in the start, right? I asked you to do something. I ask you to imagine what are your study times? What are your study times for school? What are your study times for tuition? And what is the time that you can give to your IPMAT preparation? Okay? I hope everyone has that in mind. Exam कब होगी? Expecting that around August, beta. ठीक है? How to read word power made easy book. Shiv, we are going to discuss that. मैं थोड़ा सा last में बताऊंगी शिव इसके बारे में. You have to just wait for a little bit patient regarding that. Okay, so just a little bit patient. Okay, so first of all, start with setting practical goals for yourself. How do you set practical goals? First of all, you open the syllabus. Okay, and when you open the syllabus, a lot many books lot many books they give you the questions in a manner that chapters are organized in a manner that go from easy to medium to difficult. That is in lot many books that you're going to get. But if that is not the case, start to check, like you have already done with your ninth standard. Open your NCRT book and check the chapters that you know already. Okay, So if you know them already, if you know the concepts of them already, without waiting so much time or giving weightage to the concepts, try to practice questions. While practicing, you will come across difficult questions or questions that you're not able to solve, that give you an idea that okay, I need to go back and revise this particular thing. So that is an achievable study task. Start with the tasks which are easy, because when you start with very difficult questions, your brain is like, I don't feel like we should be doing this. This looks difficult. Start with easy to moderate tasks, like, okay, I want to go and solve questions based on algebra of ninth standard. Now, when you solve questions based on algebra, not only they are easy for you, at the same time, these questions, when completed correctly, they give you a sense of accomplishment, as I said earlier, and then boost your confidence. And now you're able to go for the higher task. Now I want to go for solid geometry. Okay, I want to go and check that particular thing. So make sure you're doing that. Set achievable task. One way of doing it is go for the easy tasks first. Go to practice questions of easy levels, and then momentarily keep on moving to the medium and difficult ones. Take up chapters and concepts that are most scoring. You might be shocked, right? Sometimes you might be shocked, but if you're preparing for IPMAT Indore, if I say, reading comprehension is something that is definitely going to come. So, does that need reading comprehension? We have been doing that since class 8th, I believe. 8th, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th. Whenever you're learning English, you have been solving reading comprehensions. So, if I am very sure that exam is going to give me a question from reading comprehension, why not practice it regularly, so that not only your reading speed increases, but also your interpretation about the sentences or complex sentences improves. So inference information increases, your comprehension increases, your reading speed increases, and at the same time, your correctness or accuracy also increases. So that was an example. So chapters like percentage, chapters like ratios, chapters like basic algebra. These are the chapters which are the base for the concepts and chapters which are scoring ones. Once you have completed that, you want to move on to the chapters and concepts that are more scoring. Like you might want to go into team selection of permutation and combination, right? So make sure you're doing all those things. Okay. So also, you can switch between the tasks. It is not like, okay, I have said that I need to solve 30 questions of this particular task. It is perfectly fine if you're doing 10 questions right now, then you're taking up verbal ability, then you're solving questions from logical reasoning, and then going to the next 20 questions or 10 questions, and then, keep on moving between tasks. So it's perfectly fine. Okay, ma'am, please start a video series for the syllabus of CUCT of DU. Jessica, CUCT is a single exam. They're not going to conduct a separate one for Delhi University. Delhi University is going to accept the scores of CUCT. I did a video on that as well. Okay, I'll ask the team to help you with that. Okay, so there's a YouTube video. You might want to scroll down a bit. Okay, they're not giving you a separate exam for Delhi University. There's a single exam. Okay, so best focused environments to study. I'll start with a short story. I remember my mother telling me, and she said, okay, while studying, if I give you, like, I think there were some boards, my 8th standard was boards, and she said, okay, take this. Probably she gave me a bowl of something to eat, a fruit or something. She said, Arey, it will increase your concentration, right? She gave me a bowl of something to eat along with study, and I realized that my focus was entirely shifted on eating. So it is only and only you who can decide what your best focused environment to study is. So if I tell you eating something along with studying helps, right, I'm not the best person to say that, because I would rather be eating or studying and then eating. So I cannot multitask. I'm not the person to multitask. Probably you could be the one. So it is you who could choose the best focused environment to study. Okay, something that worked for my mother, eating something with while she was studying, it did not work for me. That means every student is separate, right? Finding a peaceful place. Now, peaceful places also helps you to sleep, so choose that wisely, right? Find a peaceful place to focus on your studying is also essential for minimizing distractions and boredom. Right now, the few days earlier, I was on the roof and looking around. There was few students who were with their notebooks on the roof studying, but after 15 minutes or so, they were sleeping. So try to understand that peaceful place doesn't necessarily mean extra quiet or anything like that. Peaceful means you should be away from the distractions and you should have a good posture of studying, and then you're studying that everything is in within your reach. You might want to drink some water, that is in your reach, so make sure that is your best focused environment to study. Okay. DUCET, yes, but there is no notification. So, Jessica, I understand your query. However, beta, what is happening is that these newspapers, like Times of India, has given a different news, Indian Express has given a different news, Hindu has given a different news. We are waiting for the official notification from NTA and Ministry of Education, right? So, that would be something with a stern base, because recently there was a news which said, yes, you're going to get only 80 questions in the exam. So we're not sure about anything yet. But one thing that which is going to be common for the management entrance exams is that aptitude is going to be there. Number could be 50, number could be 100. That entirely depends on whatever NTA says, but aptitude is going to be there. Okay. So even if they are renaming an exam for a separate university, the syllabus won't change of aptitude. I hope I cleared your doubt by that, right? Okay, guys, so you must first look for a place where you won't be disturbed for a long time, or however long your study time is, then turn off all the distractions. When I say turn off all the distractions, this is for the students who switch on TV while studying. Okay, trust me, been there, done that. Initially it helps you study because something is at the background, but while you're solving questions in the real examination center, that never helps. Okay, so avoid these things. Try to keep your phone as away as possible. Like for the next hour you might want to put a notification on you on WhatsApp saying, okay, I'm away for 1 hour, do not disturb, right? So you might want to do that, or you might just not want to pick up, just keep your phone on silent, right? Make sure you do that. Okay. For QA, I believe, Jessica. Yes, that is a starters package. You need to prepare more. Okay. I've done a video on what you can expect from the QA section. Okay. Make sure you do that. And for any further queries, there's a number down below of the counselors. You can take help of them. But yes, if I talk about if that is going to be helpful, Ankur sir's series of CUCT, yes. For QA, he's also giving you 11 AM pay, BYJU'S exam prep पे free sessions. That will also help. Okay, and then you going to BYJU'S का solving quizzes, extra questions, that will also help. Okay, Jessica, I hope I'm clearing your doubt over that. Okay, but if I say just that, no, you need to practice extra questions as well. These many questions will not do, concepts will do, right? Okay. Learn to prioritize. When you prioritize, ma'am, I need to. Now, this one is for you, Shiv. You asked, ma'am, how to read word power made easy. Now, this one is for you. You need to prioritize things. I'm going to be helping you with, basics of that as well over here. So, you must always know which concepts and topics or subjects you need to focus more, right? As I'm talking about IPMAT, verbal is something which is asked in all three exams: IPMAT Rohtak, IPMAT Indore, JPMAT. Okay. So verbal is something that you need to focus on. Verbal में क्या क्या आ सकता है? Reading comprehension, all three exams ask. Vocabulary, all three exams ask. They are going to ask you questions on grammatical, so that is something you can expect. Then if I shift towards QA, ninth and 10th is something that they're going to ask. Okay, the level of mathematics of ninth and 10th is going to ask in all three exams. So you might want to know which concepts and topics are very important and you need to prioritize them. Like you want to prioritize QA because it is going to require much more practice than verbal. Verbal is equally important, right? But you can say, okay, today is Monday, I am going to do a RC. Tomorrow I'm going to do grammatical questions. Okay, and I'm going to try and solve vocabulary exercises from word par medicine. And how do you do that, Shiv? Try to understand this. There are chapters in that book, right? So first chapter you read and they give you information about how the words are formed. Now you are the magician who is going to cast the spells. They're going to give you, okay, this is Harry Potter theme. They're going to give you this information that, okay, this is how the words are made. Word par made easy. They're making the words for you. So you understand how these words are made and then you solve an exercise based on that. And then you move to the next chapter. It is not just mugging up words. Okay, it is about practicing how to make words, practicing what you can, learn about that. So make sure you're doing that. So learn to prioritize. Word par made easy is important for your vocabulary. So you might want to give like 30 minutes every day to that. Okay, this is this little book, not very big. Okay, I know number of pages is more, but the size of the book is less. So you might want to give half an hour minimum to word par made easy and keep on practicing the words and try to learn making new words. Make sure you do that. And then at the same time, you're giving 30 minutes to that. You might want to read newspaper. You might want to give 30 minutes to that. But at the same time, these things are something which are very constant. The rest of the things, the LR, the QA, okay, these things need priority. What do I need to do? I need to solve a concept on permutation and combination today. Why? Because this is basis of something that is going to come forward, right? So that is you. It depends on you. You should know which concept you're going to prioritize next at the starting of your timetable making, or trying to finding out what syllabus is important. Try to give yourself achievable goals, that we said realistic goals. While that, you will be able to create these steps. Okay, so there is something I learned as a student, and that is called index mapping. You might want to dive deeper into this particular thing. Index mapping is something, you just take a look at index and see what type of things are important in your index. You might want to write that down. I used to do that for mathematics. From chapter 1, I used to realize how many types of questions they will be asking, and if they ask me this type of question, what approach I will be taking, right? And then what is the next chapter that is linked to that? Like if I talk about logical reasoning, if I'm doing distance and directions, what is the next topic that will be directly related to that? Next topic would be seating arrangements, and after seating arrangements it would be puzzles. So that is your priority, learning the basics and then prioritizing the chapters which are going to come in the exam. How can you learn which are going to come in the exam? We have given you important list of chapters already at BYJU'S Exam Prep app. So make sure you do that. Do check that. Take care. You might want to keep on checking the official website like in a month or so that if there is any change, you get to know about that as well. Swap subjects between an hour or 45 minutes. Something which you should do if you are a student who gets bored easily. If you are a student who loves, sitting for like 2 or 3 hours in a stretch for a subject, make sure you're doing that. Okay, do not take this if this does not resonate with you. But if you are someone who feels bored after a certain amount of time, okay, I've done 15 questions, I don't feel like solving much more questions of that, you can swap the subjects. Okay, I've done QA ke 15 questions, now I want to do vocabulary. Okay, that is an interesting change in the topics. You're simultaneously learning as well, right? At the same time, if solving 15 questions took you 1 hour, probably next 30 minutes you can do vocab. Now you are not giving yourself a break in between. You are studying for 1 hour 30 minutes directly. Okay, after you're done vocab, you might want to do 10 questions on something based on logical, maybe series, maybe syllogisms, right? So that would give you a stretch of uh, study at a longer hours, one thing, and at the same time you're not taking break in between. Okay, and you're not bored as well. Fine. You can always use. Acha, one more thing. Having that being said, I gave this particular advice to a student, and he said, "Ma'am, I'm doing logical reasoning only all the day. Why? Because that is the only interesting concept that I came up to. Don't do that. It is not just one single subject that is going to give you complete authority over the exam, or complete marks over there. Accuracy आपको सिर्फ एक subject से नहीं आएगी. You have to shift between different subjects. Make sure you're doing that. You can always use a unique subject combination, ठीक है, of interconnected subjects or topics. Like logical reasoning has a way of giving you questions based on BODMAS. So after you're done with your algebra or ratios or percentages, you might want to go to the logical reasoning ka symbol based. Okay, mathematical operations. You might want to do that. And then after you're done with your numerical series, alphabetical series, you might want to come back to solve your questions based on APGP, right? So that is interconnection of subjects. If you have done solving a question based on critical reasoning, you might want to take up a reading comprehension. That helps in so many ways. You're done your vocabulary, you might want to go and solve questions based on analogies, classification. That is the interconnected subjects or topics, and it increases your focus, and it kind of gives you confidence while learning that okay, this is how they were connected. Okay, a lot many students come and ask me, ma'am, how to improve analogies, how to improve classifications, because sometimes I do not know the information. Your basic journal awareness is going to help you in classification. But at the same time, your alphabetical knowledge, your coding, decoding, your series knowledge is also going to help you in classification. Your vocabulary helps you in analogy, but at the same time, your alphabetical knowledge, your series knowledge, your blood relation, your conceptual knowledge from mathematics also helps you. Journal awareness also helps you. So they are interconnected. So do not avoid one thing. You never know what are they going to ask you, and in how many ways they can ask you that. Right? Add some fun to your study sessions. This does not necessarily mean dancing and learning different concepts. No, you can ask your friend, okay, okay, I've learned 10 new words. Do you want to come by and let us just have a session of study, of group session ka study karte hain, and we're going to learn vocabulary. So you might want to give yourself challenges. Okay, you tell me 10 new words, I'll tell you 10 new words. Okay, you probably want to throw a question as a challenge their way and ask them, okay, what is the most difficult question that you came across? That would be exchanging information, conceptual. You might want to explain them something as a revision. While revising, you might want to explain them something and take that back from them. That sort of way, it will be adding fun to your study sessions. It doesn't mean that you have to set 10-hour study session, you will be watching concept videos. No. That being said, this never helps, right? We teachers, we educators, we are giving you conceptual knowledge. Okay? But what is the next thing that comes to your brain after you're done doing that? You're always saying, ma'am, whenever you guys are solving it, it looks easy, but when I sit down and solve it, it becomes difficult. Why is that? Because you're not practicing. So not just watching the concept videos throughout these long hours is going to help. You need to practice these things as well. Rather, you should take a certain chunk of your study time. Okay? Call your friend for a group study session. Okay? Or if you do not want to call your friend, you might want to ask your parents or siblings to help you with that. Okay? So that is something you can always take a help of. Incorporate breaks, or shall I say rewards. because rewards, who doesn't like rewards? Okay. um, uh, I always used to like, have you done this? I want everyone's answer in the chat. Have you ever done this? That, okay, these are the yellow and red bricks. If I just keep on walking on the red bricks, okay, that helps. Like you are walking on a paved way and you're just jumping on the red bricks. Why is that? Okay, because it gives you a sense of accomplishment. So that takes me back to my first, tip for you guys. Make sure that you have achievable goals. When you have achievable goals, you will feel worthy to take break. You will feel worthy to have your rewards. Your reward could be anything. It could be calling your friend. It could be taking your dog to a walk. It could be asking your mother to allow you to eat something, right? That could be a break or reward. It could be you watching a web series which is of 15 minutes as a reward. Okay, so make sure you're doing that while studying for. Acha, please scratch that last web series. Okay, that has turned out badly for so many people because of the lack of self control that you guys have over these things. Don't do that. But yeah, reward could be anything. It could be you going to YouTube and listening to some motivational things, anything. But reward should not be like, okay, I've done 10 questions and now for the next 2 hours I'm playing Call of Duty. That is not a reward. Okay, it could be, okay, let me go play a match of my favorite video game. Okay, agreed. But that is just 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, because exams like IPMAT, they require dedication, they require longer study hours. So while studying for long hours, you must always incorporate short breaks or rewards to relax, whether it is just for a stretch, a long walk, or scroll through your feed. Okay, I won't ask you to do that, but okay, whatever serves you, right? Make sure you put a timer on your breaks and don't get carried away. Okay, as I just said, and nap when needed. Nap means something which is under 30 minutes ka sleep. A nap is not a 2 hours nap, right? So don't just disguise your 2 hours ka neend nikalna into nap. No, that is not it. So nap is you take a 30 minutes ka relaxing session. How do you do that? A lot many students do not even know how to take a nap. You lie down on your back, right, and you relax from your forehead to your toes. You try to focus on how you're relaxing. Relax your face muscles, your shoulders, your back, your legs, and that is how you take a nap. It doesn't necessarily mean a 30-minute sleep only, right? You can nap for 30 minutes and that always helps increase concentration. Napping has been found to be very useful for recharging, and at the same time, concentration and focus gets increases. It is always better to take this nap at the same time every day. Okay, something that virus used to do in Three Idiots. Okay, this will sync it with your rhythm. Okay, make sure you're doing that. Okay, active, not passive study, as I discussed. So, active study is you learning things, you implying your concepts, you improving your answers accordingly. Okay, so make that is your active study. Passive is something that you're just solving questions, your brain is somewhere else. That is a passive study. Or you reading a passage but not actively understanding it. So active study is something that you should be doing. The best way to study actively is to write down your own notes, make flashcards of concepts. That depends on the student's technique, right? Or learn through the memory palace techniques. Okay, make sure you do that. Which this means you must stay involved while learning. Like whenever you say, okay, now my cup is full, I have learned enough, that is your time to take break. Okay, so that is why we told you that it is okay to take a nap, it is okay to take a break, because that helps you study actively. If you're studying for 6 hours and your mind is just there for 2 hours, that is not going to help. Rather than study for 2 hours and then take a break and then study for the next 2 hours, that is going to be much helpful. Here are some of the best science bad techniques to focus. Meditate, include this in your nap, that helps. Create a study schedule, yes. But that doesn't mean you have to go by a chart or a journal or something like that. You need not do that. It's perfectly fine. Use soothing study music. Okay. AP Rillo is not soothing study music. No, it is binaural beats or something like that, right? Make sure you're doing that. Turn off all the technology that distracts you. Yes, yes, yes. Please turn off. While studying, keep this smartphone, which is not making you so smart. Keep that away. That is distracting you. Whenever you're studying, you might get a notification on Instagram, on Facebook, or WhatsApp, or whatever. So don't do that. And trust me, you might want to go to your notification settings and turn off each and every notification, because it is not you going and watching the feed or something that distracts you. It is these notifications, they are constantly reminding you, okay, come and take a look at me, come and take a look at me. Don't do that, right? Prepare a perfect study spot as discussed. Get up for a walk or a workout. Trust me, after every 2 hours, you need to get up and walk for at least 5 minutes. Do a stretch. Okay, your arms, your shoulders, your legs, they should stretch. That is something which is pretty much required, given to the fact that it has been almost 2 years we're sitting in this pandemic, right? Train your mind to focus for a longer time. Start from, like, you could be a person who can only focus for 30 minutes. Keep on increasing that time. 30 minutes, okay, I am taking a 10 minutes break and then I'm moving on for my next 30 minutes. But the next day, you might want to take that to 40 minutes and then take a 10 minutes ka break and then 40 minutes. So increase and train your mind to focus. And repeating the same time, like you're studying your vocabulary at 4 p.m. every day. Make sure you're doing that every day. Schedule breaks in between your study. Very good. That is a mind blowing fact. Breaks or rewards, whatever that helps you. Don't be a multitasker. Don't, right? You might want to say, okay, I'll be listening to news and then I'll be learning vocabulary. No, don't do that. It's perfectly fine. If you want to hear the news over the television, take your time. Take that as your relaxation time, that you're not reading the news or learning the news, you're listening it, right? So make sure you're doing that. How can you join IPMAT coaching? Sure, yeah. Of course, you can join our IPMAT coaching. We have our batch. Okay, there are 2-3 batches regarding that. We have our BBA Rankers course, we have our IPMAT and DUJAT preparation, right? So if you want to check that, go to the description box, right? And it gives you a link directly to all the courses that we are offering. I'm going to tell you about that later on as well. Okay, and you can also call the number given below. Right, Shaurya? Make sure you're doing that. Keep up the motivation. At times you're going to. I've just told this yesterday to a student. She said, "Ma'am, I'm tired. I do not want to study anymore." So I know, guys, you're tired. It is tiresome that you keep on solving these questions again, again, again. Okay? So make sure this motivation is strong enough. Why do you want to study for IPMAT? You want to get into IIM because they are giving you this 5-year integrated programs, right, in which for the first 3 years you get a chance to understand whatever possibility is there after MBA you can choose. It could be entrepreneurship, it could be getting into management roles, it could be HRM, it could be you helping establishing someone else's business. It could be you going into financial analysis. So many things are there. Sky is the limit, and that is something that IIMs provide. So you do not have to wait for your degree to get completed and then give CAT and then go to an IIM for MBA. No, You can join after class 12th, but yes, as the seats are very limited, you need to focus, you need to show your dedication, and that is the motivation that should drive you. So while curating a schedule, take regular breaks, ensure your physical well-being. That is very important. It is also crucial to motivate yourself from time to time. You are going to feel down and feel demotivated. It's okay. Understand that right now I'm tired. Okay, whenever you feel demotivated, whenever you feel tired, understand, take a break. I know you're tired. You want to take a break. Take a break. For the next entire day, you might want to give that yourself. Okay, relax, and after now you have recharged, then try again. Okay, and then start again. Get some interesting motivational quotes printed for your study space. You might want to do it. Sometimes um, it is always okay to allow your parents to give you words of motivation. They are the best ones, guys. Okay, or create a DIY posters for the surrounding. The day you're feeling demotivated, you might want to do some coloring. Okay, that helps a lot. And all the best, guys. We are going to help you with your study plan. So Shaurya, make sure you're checking the link from the description box. Okay, and if you have any query, beta, the number is given below. You can call them. And if you want to talk to me directly, okay, uh, I am there available on the Telegram group. Take care. Feel free to join our Telegram group as well. And I am available at 4 p.m. only on BYJU'S Exam Prep app. Come and ask me your questions. I'll be helping you with that. And you must join daily GK free session. Salik sir is giving you free GK sessions. Okay, at 2 p.m. And Ankur Tomar sir is giving you 11 AM के ऊपर quantitative ability free sessions. So make sure you're joining them as well. I, along with Rabia ma'am, Salik sir, Vinod sir, and Ankur Toma sir, are going to help you to reach your dream college. Okay. For any query, just feel free to contact us. Till then, please take care of yourself. I really hope this session was insightful for all you guys, right? And for more such videos like this, feel free to subscribe to our channel. Do not forget to hit that bell icon. Thank you, everyone. Take care.